This is FightFans Radio.
What's up, everybody? I cut off the drum roll because I'm too damn excited for this episode. This is Real DWC, and Jared apparently is not here. He just told me that. So he's not here, guys. I think he's doing the BMX Addict radio show. So he's gone. It was nice when we had him, but you know he loves BMX, so.
I do. Just kidding.
So, welcome to the BJJ Addict radio show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
First guest is Jeroel. He's reigning champion on Twitter. No, so today we got a big episode, a double episode. Every time we try to talk about it, someone has called in on us. So today we have Ken Primola, who is a BJJ black belt, and he also is all over.
And he makes really good YouTube videos.
I know, but he's everywhere, like everywhere. If you hear sneezing, that'll be me. I'm feeling sneezy right now. You?
Feel good.
All right, so it's just me.
Lethargic.
Yes, lethargic. We just went to Lebanese place again before, just like last episode. It's never a good look.
No.
Like, I get sleepy from eating this damn food. Also on the show, we got Jimmy Harbison.
Who?
Jimmy Harbison.
Okay, good.
He is a BJJ black belt as well. He won everything as a brown belt. He got it from Lloyd Irvin. And he's currently the BJJ coach on the Ultimate Fighter UK versus Australia. He's Team UK. He's American, but...
Who's fighting?
For that show?
Yeah.
Ross Pearson and George
Stromblopoulos?
Yeah.
Soteropoulos.
You got it.
Whatever.
You got it. It's a tongue twister. Twisting tongues. All right, my friend. So, other than that, that's today. So, excited about that. Let's tell them what's going on. Like, we got a Facebook, BJJ Addict Radio.
Yeah.
We're getting some likes. We would like... No pun intended. All pun intended. Some more likes. So, do you agree though? Like, it's picking up, right?
Yeah, it is. People are contributing, I think. Ideas. A lot of good ideas coming up from our viewers, I think.
Yeah.
Which helps because, at least we know what to do and how to keep them going, keep these shows going.
Yeah, I remember a couple episodes ago we told you guys about we're going to have a bunch of brown belts on. Like an episode of Future Black Belts. The response was
immense.
Yeah, it was great. We got some names from that list. Just so everyone knows, if you wrote in a person's name, they will not be on the upcoming show that we will be doing. It's going to be a lock, guys. We got about 6 brown belts on there. If the person you wrote is not on that list, we're going to do another all brown belt episode.
There's a couple guys that I want to get on there too, so
yeah,
give them a chance to kind of expose themselves. These guys are competing and we don't really know about them, so yeah, now's a good time. I think.
Do you find though it's kind of sad? Like Jimmy Harbison, not too many people heard about him, and he won everything as a brown belt. I mean, every single tournament. I think he hit the Grand Slam.
What is a Grand Slam?
The Grand Slam, I believe, is winning. The Europeans, the Brasilio, that's in Brazil, the Pan Ams, and winning the Worlds. Now, he happened to do it the same year Keenan Cornelius won the double Grand Slam, which he did all those, plus he did the absolute and won every single one. And we interviewed Keenan and probably didn't know much about Jimmy at the time, which is kind of weird. So, it's about time he gets out there. I mean, he's doing a lot of things. So we're going to find out a little bit more about him.
Just finding those people, right? Like,
yeah.
Look at Marcos.
His name's coming up again.
Yo, Marcos Saragossa, my man.
Shout out. What did he do this weekend?
He won the Worlds, man. Gold at the Worlds.
At the Worlds. past guests that have won at the Worlds that just passed by, which was the No-Gi, by the way, No-Gi Worlds. Lloyd Irvin, he won gold. Keenan Cornelius, who just mentioned, he double gold.
Sergio Machado.
That was the Masters and Seniors. We just had on Justin Rader. He got silver. Rafael Lovato Jr., silver. I mean, there's about 10 people that have been on our radio show that medaled this weekend. So we're getting some wicked guests on the show. And these are like, you know, we don't know that they're going to go compete soon and win these damn things. So we're lucky to have these people on, creating a buzz for themselves also. But it helps our show, I find. So thank you, everyone that comes on our show and then goes out and does the Worlds and wins. Facebook, guys, we already said that. YouTube, we got our own channel.
Yeah.
BJJ Addict Radio. I also have BJJ Addict TV, and also our people that help us. They produce this show, FightFans Radio. Everything with that name. I mean, the websites, all the social medias. You just have to click those type of combinations. FightFans Radio.
I think YouTube. Our YouTube page has it all.
Yeah, BJJ Addict Radio on YouTube has all the links to the right. Everything you could think of. That goes for all our Twitters, our Facebooks. You name it, because between you and me, I think we have about 10 things.
I'm managing my empire of social networking.
all off a phone.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, actually. All right, so speaking, you had a busy weekend. You didn't get to see any of the No-Gi, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Well, my friend, let me just fill you in real quick on some great things you missed. One, like we already mentioned here, Keenan Cornelius went out and tore people up at brown belt, becoming world champion, and then winning absolutes. He fought the finals against the teammate Willie Leonard, and then beat him. And Willie Leonard's a big dude.
Yeah,
I mean, humongous. He's so big. He's bigger than you and me put together. And also some highlights, man. Cyborg, he wins gold. He looked good. Yeah, man, he won gold. And Pablo Popovich.
Primola brawl.
Yeah, he did the damn thing.
It's a good thing, too, because I felt like I kind of watched it.
Yeah. Actually, Primola lost to Pablo, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Sorry, what was I saying?
DJ Jackson, hold up.
Yeah.
Dude just gets his black belt, like, you know, this year, I believe, and he's been tearing it up. And, yeah, he's world champion. Beat Clark Gracie in the end. I thought that'd be the finals. I predicted that in my mind. I couldn't get it out to the people, but I really did. And I actually, I don't even know if I should say it, but I thought Clark Gracie was going to pull it off. Like, I visualized the match. I thought maybe Clark can do it. Good match. And
Clark Gracie, we had him.
Yeah, we had him. Yeah, there's another guy. I didn't get the name. And JT Torres got a loss in the finals against Augusto Tiquinho Mendez, but a lot of controversy over that match. So people coming on the show, we got his teammate Jimmy Harbison. Love to ask him that. We're gonna ask him about the JT fight.
It's a very biased thing to do.
Absolutely, but I want to hear it. And Ken Primola, I don't know if you heard, but Lloyd Irvin shouted him out after winning gold at the World Championships.
Really?
That he helped the team with wrestling.
Wow.
So we'll see what his involvement was that and what he thought of the JT match, because I know he watched the Worlds. I was reading his Twitter feed. It was good. Kept updates, so it's going to be all good. Do you have anything to say right now? You want to let the world know anything? Or I don't know. I'm just wondering. This is your platform also, man.
I don't know. Check my Facebook out. Check my Twitter.
Yeah, your Facebook's always funny. It makes me laugh.
My Twitter's, man, I haven't been on Twitter properly.
But you're going to get back to it?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to stop fake following you if you don't retweet it.
No, seriously.
Guys out there, if you ever FF Real DWC, I will always retweet you because I love the Fave Fridays. I get a kick out of it. Like, I always love seeing my little symbol lit up when people add me to the list. Especially when I don't know these people. I love it.
Good networking skills.
I want to be famous.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Are you ready for this?
I am for the show.
Let's give Ken Primola a call, man. Let's do this.
I feel lethargic.
Siri, can you call Ken Primola, please?
I cannot do that.
All right, people, the world. Man, Siri's the best. Probably heard the start of the show. It's like I'm pulling out.
No.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for. By the way, this is BJJ Addict Radio.
Yeah. Gotcha. Hey, would you guys be able to call the number that I gave you guys? Would that be cool?
The number you gave me.
Yeah, the 302, the one I gave you today. I apologize. Just so we could get better reception. If that's cool.
Yeah, of course. We will call you. Yeah, okay, I got it. The 302. All right. Okay.
Sorry about that. I appreciate it. Just because this one's running low. All right?
No problem.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Bye.
No problem. All right, everyone. So
that was our interview with Ken Primola.
Pretty good. We got one question in. Exactly went down the way I thought it was going to go down. So that was pretty good, man. Thank you for coming on. I'm just kidding, folks. We're going to give him another shout right here with a Notre number. I didn't even realize he gave two numbers today. So people out there, if you send me an email, line some things.
Hey, guys, sorry about that.
Hey, no problem. So once again, let's start over. Welcome to BJJ Addict Radio.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So just so you know, I'm David, and we also have...
I'm Jer.
Just so you're not going crazy, there is two people on our end.
Okay, cool.
Yes, so...
this is probably the best reception we've ever had, so...
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, I did it from a landline, so just to make it, better for you guys.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's crystal clear. Let's get into this, because you have... quite the story. You have learned from, I mean, it's too long to list everyone. I read into everyone you learned from. But so maybe people that don't know, let's start off maybe with just the BJJ, because I know you have a wrestling background, but let's just start with, we'll focus on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu side. How you started with that and who were a couple of your original teachers?
Well, sir, I started out at a Hoist Gracie affiliate. A friend of mine after college kept telling me, hey, get into this jiu-jitsu. He kept showing the UFCs. I worked at a bar as a bouncer, and he kept showing the UFCs, and finally convinced me to go in there one day, and I loved it, and I just loved learning it, and I found that the wrestling really helped. But when I learned the technique, I just fell in love with it, This guy was, the original teacher was a blue belt at the time, and he just really, really helped me effectively, and then I just kind of took it from there. Went into the Hoist Gracie school affiliated, and then eventually moved on to a Harbison affiliated school under Phil Miglerese, and worked my way up through the ranks. And in the interim, also worked out at Rodrigo Medeiros in Pacific Beach. So, and now I'm here where I'm at, and a black belt, and had some great experiences just learning from a lot of different people. Spent time with Harbison. I used to take a lot of lessons with him, and been to Brazil, Ricardo Vieira, all around the globe just searching for jiu-jitsu knowledge, and it's been awesome being able to learn from everybody.
Nice. So would you recommend that for the average person to... I mean, obviously you stick with your main instructor, but do you encourage people to learn from as many people as far as go out there and get seminars or that's
Go ahead.
No, that's what I was asking. Like, do you encourage people to learn from more than just their main instructor that they're always used to learning from?
Absolutely. I think you have to keep an open mind, and it depends. Like, if you're the type of person that's just like, you can't, you have to be able to decipher the information appropriately, and you can't be stuck somewhere and be like, oh, this is the only way. Then you go to another place. No, this is the way. You have to realize that there are multiple ways to get to the same point, which is, the submission, and you have to be willing to explore options. And for me, it's only been helpful. And I think if I would have just stayed at one place the whole time, I think that would have hurt me. And seeing the different perspectives has only helped me. And again, it's because I don't come to conclusions where one style, one system, one teacher is the ultimate answer. I'm always willing to learn, and but I don't really get so confused when I get into something new. I try to find the common denominators throughout all the teachings and find out what's most efficient for me.
Nice. You also mentioned the one-on-ones with Harbison Mora, who is one of my favorite all-time grapplers. How important do you think is private lessons when it comes to learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
I think they are very important in terms of anything. If you're in a group setting in school, but your teacher could go one-on-one with you and teach you those math problems and kind of watch you and help you, that would obviously probably be better suited for most people, the majority of people, rather than being in a classroom of 30, 40 people, right? So I think it helps speed up the process. And you get out of it what you put into it. Like, for instance, Harbison Mora, I find him to be, he has a lot of knowledge. And at the time when he used to teach me, he gave me oftentimes, like, I'd ask a question and he'd have 20 different answers. So I would have to be a good student, write it all down, try to slow him down, try to get out of him as much as I can, but in the best possible retention manner for myself. So anybody could get private lessons, but it's what you put into it. You can't just think, oh, somebody's just gonna put all this knowledge in my brain. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get better. You have to do your part as a student as well to learn.
At what point did you sit down and say, hey, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life in terms of doing jiu-jitsu?
Well, I still have to wrestle with that every day, but it's just, you kind of got to look in the mirror and say, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? What do I love? What am I most passionate about? Think about the future and say, when I look back, what do I want to look back on? I was, for a short period of time, I was an attorney. The market wasn't too hot at that time, and I just said, you know what, I'm not even gonna retake the courses to keep my bar. I'm just gonna do kind of like what the Vikings do, right? They burn their boat. They want to conquer and do something. They go into land. They burn their boat, and they don't look back. They got to conquer. So I'm trying to conquer as a jiu-jitsu teacher, informational products, and just, a marketer within my niche who loves it and wants to give back, and it's going to work out, So, and it is working out, and every day it's working out more and more. So every day I make that decision, and I stick to it, and I just move forward.
Nice. Speaking of marketing, you've done quite a great job at it, because when I first started looking into BJJ and stuff on YouTube, there's a couple people that always consistently pop up, and you're one of them. I was just wondering if do you wish that you had that source of a product like YouTube to learn as a lower belt when you started jiu-jitsu?
I definitely think it would be beneficial if you use it efficiently, especially for matches, breaking down matches and looking at the common denominators between the top competitors, seeing what they do in different situations. Because, now people will look at YouTube, but it's so cumbersome. Sometimes it's actually difficult to discern what is the proper information. So I think it's a great resource. If I would have had it back then, it would have helped. But I also think, on the opposite side, it can also be a negative where you get lazy and maybe you don't go to class or you just depend on the YouTube. I think you need that personal interaction of that teacher to make you better. And even if there wasn't YouTube, I still feel, the most beneficial lessons are the ones that I learn face to face, personally. But nice. YouTube is definitely a great supplement.
Yes, I was going to say, actually, I really enjoy watching your videos, and I noticed that you also let your students in there showing moves. You don't see that too often from people, so I was just wondering, is that because they do that specific move better than you do, or did you just want them to get some light shot on them also?
I kind of do things on the fly there, and like one time my white belt did something really nice, and I'm just like, man, could you please put this on film? So he did it better than I have done it. And some of my students study different things than me. They're studying things online, and if they have something to add, I have no problem letting somebody else teach something. I don't feel that as a black belt, or I have to be the one to show it. If somebody can show something better, then there's not even a thought that goes into it. It's just, okay, this is the information that's needed to be shown, and this person can show it right.
Is that something you had to teach yourself over the years, or have you always been like that?
I think, sometimes we struggle with it, like, ego gets in the way, like, oh, I got to be the man, I got to show things. And I think sometimes for marketing, it could actually be the best thing where, like, you're always the man. But just being honest with myself and not really caring about anything else other than learning or putting the information out that others can benefit by most, I don't really wrestle with it. It's just, it is what it is. If somebody came in tonight and they had something to show, then it's valuable, then that's fine.
What's your advice on people who feel like, they've plateaued? And has this ever happened to you, and what do you do in these situations?
I think, people talk about plateauing, burnout, different stuff like that. I think you just have to readjust and reevaluate and keep pressing forward. And if something isn't working one way, you may have to go another way. But you have to put that blame on yourself. You can't say, unless like somebody's totally destroying you, but like I see a lot of people put blame on teachers, but are you doing your part? What are you doing to figure it out? What are you doing to go around it? What are you doing to go through this problem another way? And you have to analyze it. I don't necessarily believe 100% that you can just come and reach that plateau or just burn out. Maybe you need to rest more if you're burned out. Maybe you need to eat better. Maybe you need to train differently. But there shouldn't be a stopping point to your growth, where you call it, peaking too early or something like that. I've seen people that have, in wrestling that have had weeks off, come back from an injury, and they come back and win a national championship. So it can be done. Anything can be done, and I don't believe, in just plateauing and jiu-jitsu, because there's so much knowledge out there. If there wasn't knowledge, then I'd say, yeah, that's a feasible way to describe things, but it's not.
Speaking of wrestling, your name pops up again recently. Lloyd Irvin, after winning his gold medal and his students doing phenomenal at the No-Gi Worlds, you got a shout out for helping them wrestling. What did you go and show them?
Well, you know what? Master Lloyd Irvin had put out an ad for looking for a wrestling coach for DJ. So what I did was I emailed him. I told him, this is what I think of DJ's wrestling. I said, I think he has problems in these areas, and I think I could make them better. And I told him how, what I would do. And then that first day, I pretty much did it. I said, have DJ try me out, see if he likes it. I said, I don't think DJ is going to be able to, take me down. And, I had to take a risk to say that, because DJ is obviously really great. And I said, here's why. This is what I'm going to do. So I did do that, and I got to wrestle with DJ, and I kind of had a I kind of had a perception of how it would look. And I did what I said, and then I started to talk to DJ and tell him what he could do better. And, at the end of the day, at the end of the sessions, I could barely do anything with DJ because he started to move better. He started to recognize things. He started to get better shots. And, Lloyd really opened up his arms and let me in and let me do my thing. And, I wrote detailed, copious notes, relayed every day what happened to Master Lloyd and told him where I think it's going. I made recommendations. I'd be like, hey, DJ needs to drill for an hour on his own, plus what we're doing. DJ needs to sprint on his own, plus what we're doing. So everything I asked for was done. And, Master Lloyd Irvin and his team, DJ, the most hardworking, dedicated person, you tell him to, hey, drill a double leg takedown for 5 minutes straight, and he's not going to flinch. He's going to do it. So it's really easy for me because the culture that Master Lloyd has set up there is so constructive and easy to put somebody in there and just start working with his guys. If you have somebody that's just going to listen to you no matter what, it's easy.
Yeah, he had a brilliant performance. I know yourself have also fought Clark Gracie before. When you saw that they were matching up in the finals, were you confident that he was going to go out there and get the W?
Absolutely. I don't think of myself at all in terms of what has happened with me. I thought about DJ and his style, and I was pretty confident, that he was going to get a takedown if it was on the feet, and he was going to win when he was on top. He's a tough guy to submit. He's a tough guy to sweep. He's a tough guy to get used to on the bottom. He takes a real long time to figure out. And if you can't figure him out or you don't have the tools, then you're probably going to just chalk it up to, oh, maybe he's boring or maybe this or that. But the reality is, people need to have the skills to deal with somebody who has good balance, who's a good wrestler, and who has a good game plan. And the thing about DJ is he's very mentally tough and emotionally tough. So as the match goes on, he gets stronger. And I know Clark's a tough guy, he's a strong guy, but DJ's pressure, he just keeps coming, and he has a will to win. If you saw that Leandro Lowe match, he just went after him like a pit bull. And, knowing that, I had confidence in DJ from watching him work and just knowing that nothing's going to stop him. His will is indomitable. So, I figured he was going to, it didn't surprise me, let's just put it that way.
Nice. Is this something that's going to continue, or was it just for preparation for the Worlds?
I'm gonna train from I live about 2.5 hours away, so I'm gonna train there in the daytimes, potentially a few times a week, and I'd like to train there more in the future, and hopefully I can position myself to be able to train there more. In terms of working with DJ, we're not sure, what direction he's going to go right now. I believe Master Lloyd said he was eventually going to try to go into MMA, but I think he still has a lot of jiu-jitsu left. Again, that's not really something I can, dictate. It's beyond my hands. But if there's opportunities, I told Master Lloyd I'd be willing to work with people if necessary, but it's not in my hands. And Master Lloyd has a lot of people. He's got NCAA champions he can bring in. He's got judo Olympians he can bring in. So I try not to really dictate what I'm going to do there or what they need me for. But if they do, I'm ready.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. It just so happens that the next guest on after you is Lloyd Irvin black belt Jimmy Harbison. I didn't even know that you even had a connection to Lloyd Irvin. It's kind of funny that it played out this way. So, on that, cool. Ironic.
Cool. Yeah, Jimmy. I don't know. I haven't talked with him too much, but I really like him. He's a great guy, and he's one of those. He's one of their medal chasers. He's kicking butt. So that should be awesome when you guys get a chance to talk with him. I'm sure he's going to have some great information.
Worlds. Then we'll move on. I just want to know your take on the JT Torres Tiquinho finals, and if you did see it the way the ref saw it.
Well, I think takedown wise, they probably should have given JT more advantages. That's something I could easily see objectively. So I think JT got robbed there. It wasn't like, it's not the end of the world, but that happened. And the choke that Tonquino had, I thought, was questionable because I believe they gave a similar advantage to Homolo against Pablo but I think Homolo's was more like a triangle. And I looked at the choke that Tonquino had, and he had like the fist in the throat, and it's possible that it could have been an advantage. I would say it's also possible that it couldn't have been. But in terms of the match, I think JT more than likely should have won that match. But, looking at it as a wrestler, I understand that things happen. I understand that calls aren't made. I understand that some teams, home crowds, can ref different than, a different crowd, right, or a different referee. And people are influenced by things, and I think the job of the athlete is to take it out of the referee's hand. But, yes, I do think JT should have won that match, but I also think that he should move on and keep his head up and be more dominant. And it's easy for me to say, but I think that's the mindset, for instance, like an Iowa team would have and the wrestlers that I watch would have, is they would just move on and just believe that they should dominate more so it doesn't happen like that.
Nice well put. Before we let you go, I was just wondering if you could let people know how to get in touch with you. I know you got a great website out there also, and if they want to train with you, how they could find out more about that.
Well, if they want to get in touch with me, train with me, go to facebook.com/ILoveBJJ. You can message me on the side column. Check out our ebooks, takedown ebooks, which we're going to go over like DJ's planning for that. And stay tuned for more stuff. I'm going to have advice on how to get Facebook traffic. And, you'll be hearing from me. And I appreciate you guys taking the time. And thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Hopefully you can get back on here and we can talk some more about, all your ingenious ways and things you put out there, and maybe get to know you a little more, a backdrop about your journey to the black belt.
Be a pleasure. Be an honor. I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
So, man, there you go.
Some nice dudes, man.
So, man, one thing I like about talking to people, you find out things, and, I just see a little shout-out message on a Facebook or a tweet, and then you find out that cool story.
See, like, behind the scenes, like, what's going on, kind of thing.
DJ was a freaking animal. His top game right now might be better than almost anyone's. And last weekend.
How old is DJ?
He's young. I don't even want to say his age. I don't really know, but I know it's much younger than mine. He beat Cyborg last weekend in the Absolutes.
Yep.
For the World Pro Trials in New York. He wins his division, goes out there, wins Absolutes. He beats Cyborg.
Yep.
That is remarkable.
Yeah, no, especially
I haven't seen Cyborg lose too many matches.
Cyborg, man.
Yeah, exactly. Cyborg, man. That is just insane. So DJ's doing the damn thing. Hopefully we could get him on our show real soon. That'd be good. We'll get a lot of other people out there. I know we do have sometimes a little more Lloyd Irving guys on, but let me tell you one thing right now. We're from Ottawa, Canada, Canadians, so it's not about being America's number one team. Everyone listening right now, these are the most friendliest people ever. If you reach out to anyone on Team Lloyd Irving, without a hesitation, they are thankful to be on your show. I just want to put that out there so you guys know. Sometimes if we have more Lloyd Irving guys out, it's because they are saying yes. Plus, we want to get to know them more.
Yeah.
Right now, it is a hotbed. It's a great team out there. So, speaking of that, that's a segue. Let's give the boy Jimmy Harbison a call. This kid's killing it. Let's get him on the phone. Siri, can you call Jimmy? Man, Siri's on fire tonight.
Hello?
Hello, Jimmy. This is BJJ Addict Radio.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
How are you?
Chilling, man.
Good, good. This is David. I'm here with
Jer.
So
David Jer.
let's get right into this. What did you think of your Team Lloyd Irvin, performances at the No-Gi Worlds, and who are you most impressed with?
Man, I'm impressed. Like, I'm just like expected everybody to do well. You know, everybody went in there. Everybody like Keenan's killing it. Straight from purple now on a brown belt. He got double gold. Big Willie won. He's always been consistent. He's multiple time world champ. And then DJ, like you can never count DJ out. But anybody, I really learned this from DJ when I first started training with him. He has a real will to win, and that's more than anything I take for him, man. Like he hates losing more than anybody. Even if it's a video game or anything like that, he hates losing. Like, so seeing him out there going with these guys and all these guys, that's what I kind of expected him to do, you know.
And speaking, how about JT? Did he get robbed this weekend?
Well, the thing is, kind of we talk about that a lot in the gym, and it's just kind of what you expect. You got to take that stuff. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it goes. You can't, you know, you get a bad call, it happens, you know. And then we take it for what it is, and then move on from there. Like, maybe he's not going to be killing it. He'll be back in the gym ready for the next tournament. So it's you know, these things happen, but.
All right, well put. It's unfortunate, but I guess just moving on is obviously the best way to go about it. For the people out there that don't know, you know, there's a lot of talk about you just coming out of nowhere, but I mean, you can't just come out of nowhere with that talent. That's got to be, you know, hard work and effort. So, can you just let us know a little bit before you decimated everything at brown belt? What was going on before that?
Well, directly before that, I moved. So they say I was 2011. So 2010 is when I first moved to Maryland, right around January. Right around January was when I first moved to Maryland, and basically it was like when I first going over there, it was like a culture shock because you're introduced to all these new philosophies and all this kind of stuff. You're trying to take.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. Yeah, we're here. Ooh.
Bad connection, maybe.
Can you guys so sorry guys.
Hello?
Sorry about that. Your phone cut out.
Oh, good, man. Are we back on?
Yeah, we're back on. No problems. So
so
there's a culture shock.
Yeah, so it's really like at first you're just trying to take it all in and just get adjusted to everything. So it's like for me it was like just a learning experience, trying to take everything in and then just getting used to it. And then basically like the biggest problem, especially when you first get into a situation like that, is like you're already trying to think like you think you know something, but like giving that up and being able to really open up to somebody and take what they're telling you. And basically, yeah, just listen. And that was the biggest difference from the year before that. Is I really stuck to everything he said. It basically cut everything else out. Wasn't putting anything else into my head. Like completely dedicated to whatever this one person's telling you, you know. And that's basically what it is, you know.
Nice. What did it mean to receive your black belt from Lloyd Irvin?
It's awesome because you really respect him. It's just training with him and learning from, and you know how much information he has, not just in martial arts, but in pretty much everything in life. And to be around somebody like that, it's just really it's really something special. And just to have that connection with him, especially something as important as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is to me, and to get my black belt from him is something really, really great, man. Really emotional, you know.
What's been the hardest obstacle that you faced so far before getting your black belt, or on your way to your black belt?
The hardest thing is basically just giving everything else up and saying this is what I want to do and dedicating 100% to that. That's pretty much the biggest thing. You gotta give up a lot of stuff. You really can't do as much. The experience is different. You're gonna have a different life experience. But other than that, once you let go and really put everything into it, kind of just everything comes out nice.
And what made you decide that this is the career that you want to do?
Man, I was in school, and there was like one night I was in college, and we had to do write a paper on something. I really just didn't care about what we were writing about. I just was like, I kind of just had enough of it, and I was like, man, you know what, I'm done, And then from there, I was already training. I was living down in Florida at the time, and then so I just started training full time. Moved back to Jersey, and I was training with JT, and kind of got hooked up through Lord Evan through that.
Nice. So, with that being said, I don't know if many people know or are following, but I've watched every episode that's come out so far for the Ultimate Fighter Smashers, Team UK versus Australia. And, there you are, Team UK. How did that come about?
So that kind of, because I have, basically, when was it? So say like maybe springtime last year, Master Lloyd was out filming in Vegas, the Ultimate Fighter at Dominic Cruz versus Uriah Faber.
Yeah.
And they had a whole bunch of different camps going on at the time. So basically I went over there to help some guys with their camps with their jiu-jitsu, some UFC fights. Phil Davis was out there, Brendan Vera, Dominic Cruz, all those guys, Jeremy Stevens, and then Ross Pearson was out there too. So I kind of started getting cool with Ross Pearson, and then he had a fight in Atlantic City. And basically, I went out and helped him just with random stuff, the weight cut, all that stuff. And then after that, that whole week I spent with him, we got pretty tight, got pretty cool. And then I went back to Maryland, and maybe say about a week later, he hit me up and he said, "Look, I'm coaching the Ultimate Fighter, and they're filming out in Australia. I wanted to know if you wanted to be the jiu-jitsu coach." And I was like, all right, let me just check with Master Lloyd. He said it was cool for me to go, and then. Basically from there, it was just a crazy experience.
Yeah, it's unreal. Now, do you think you have to compete in MMA to be able to teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for people just focused on MMA? Maybe they don't even care as much about it as you do. They just want to not be able to get subbed in a fight.
It's just different. Like teaching for the MMA guys, you just got to teach them. You got to know what like that. So for me, is getting with like Ross and all those guys and seeing what they needed. Like, what do you need me to show? Because especially in a 6-week span, like you don't have a lot of time to really get to the guys. It's like you have to stick to basic concepts and try to make them understand these simple concepts that'll help them out and just keep them safe. It wasn't too much like I'm trying to show them this move, so we're gonna get these submissions with this, blah blah. It's more like your concepts and everything, and really trying to push that across. And MMA too, everything's a lot about like controlling the space, controlling the frame, and just being able to not get hit and being able to move while you're not getting hit. So, but for me too, when I was just being out there and that whole thing for me, I learned so much about MMA for all that. Like, I never had there's no other opportunity I would have besides that show for me to get that corner like 12 fights or something like that. However many it was, we were just cornering fights and just being in the whole process of game planning and stuff like that. So for me, it was just. I definitely came away with a lot of new information.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see a lot of clips, and I see you with gloves on and maybe doing some wrestling. So were you actually getting to train some mixed martial arts on the set? And if so, which I think you were, could you ever see yourself dabbling in the MMA world?
Yeah, well, a while back, actually, Master Lloyd had me start boxing, so I've been boxing for a while. And then we have good coaches, Coach Troy Fox and his son. We have a pro boxer, Tez Fox, who's a real sick pro boxer out in PG County, and basically just working with those guys and then being around all the MMA guys. Like I'm lucky that my team out, Master Lloyd's connected with the guys out in the Alliance. So basically just getting to learn from these guys. Like I help them and then they teach me stuff, and it's just like a good. It's just sick. The situation I'm in, I'm just real grateful for it.
Nice. When you're cornering, I could hear you so clear. You keep yelling 2 hands in when they're in somebody's close guard. What's the theories on people? All I hear is two hands in. What's the reasoning behind this?
That's basically what I was saying before. Like with these guys, you're trying to basically give them a concept, that we can stick to. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing like they have to really master. Not so much master. There's a part of it that you have to master, but it's easy to pick up right away. There's no crazy movements, no complex movements, simple movements. And basically, if I'm on top in somebody's close guard, I need to control the inside, because if they're breaking my posture, if they're controlling the inside of me, breaking my posture and be able to get overhooks and put me in bad positions, I'm in trouble. So it's my job, keep my posture, control the inside, and work my pass. So just that concept of staying on the inside, fighting for the inside, is just a big thing we were pushing that would help them, right away. And then basically just like from I get a lot of opportunities to coach, because we have a big team out for jiu-jitsu, so and I get to teach a lot too down in Camp Spring. So just all that stuff put together, I was just happy. I was just happy to be there, though. I was just excited.
With all these opportunities, do you see yourself, maybe one day opening up your own, your own academy?
Honestly, no. I don't think I want to open up my own academy, to tell you the truth. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it that people don't see. Like, luckily, I had an opportunity to work with a lot of people who own martial arts schools through Master Lloyd's seminars, the Mixed Martial Arts Millionaires, and there's a ton of work that goes into it. And then I also learned a lot of other stuff from Master Lloyd, where energy can be put to make more money. So if I was gonna have a school, I don't know. To me, I'm not thinking about it as much. There's not a goal for me right now.
Are you enjoying helping out everyone and coaching? And does that take away from you getting time to actually be in competition form, or does it actually help you?
It's different experiences. Like, yeah, I'm learning stuff that I wouldn't be able to learn, but for me, basically, right now, I'm just trying to help as many of these guys as I can, and help my team. But I'll be back down in Maryland probably say January to June. So whatever Master Lloyd thinks is best, I'll probably be competing. I'll probably be doing whatever. So I'm really open to everything. I'm training everything, and then see what happens.
Nice. Earlier this year, I believe it might have been Houston. You stepped into a match with Andre Galvao. It goes the distance. Before you even stepped in the match and you knew you were fighting him, were you at all intimidated, worried, or because they're just a black belt not too long, correct, at that match?
Yeah, it's definitely Master Lloyd talks about it a lot. So it's like you have to be ready for these things. And I got to fight a lot of good guys. Like, I fought a lot of world champions that when I was at brown belt, during the Abu Dhabis and stuff, I got to get a lot of good fights and I had a lot of good experience. So it wasn't that I was fighting a known black belt that really got me. It's cool seeing him. Like, it's just crazy. It was just crazy just to be like, oh man, being out there and then hearing him called over the speaker and everything, and have a guy you've been watching forever. So that is an experience. It's just cool, but not so much just worried, just ready, man. And then I watched the interview he did after that fight, and I actually learned, like, because basically he said it in there. He said how he controlled the grips. Basically, how he was just controlling the grips, and basically that was his game. And for me, I just learned a lot from that in my own game. Now, I started applying that. Like, it's all about controlling the grips first. That's always big on preaching that. Control the grip, before you stabilize your position while you're trying to advance your position, looking for submission. So it's I don't know, it just kind of clicked. It's the kind of thing that clicks. But other than that, I like fighting all these guys. So anything is good. It's also a good experience.
Nice. You've accomplished so much already as a brown belt. What are things that you want to accomplish as a black belt competitor?
Man, right now I'm kind of just thinking about everything. So I'm just I'm not even sure what's going to be going on, where I'm, what I want to do, if I want to fight MMA or if I'm kind of just in a transitional period, like, with that stuff. But I'm pretty sure I'll be competing this year though. So if I'm competing, I'm competing to win. So.
In your opinion, what do you think separates Team Lloyd Irvin from other schools that makes Team Lloyd Irvin so successful in tournaments and competition?
Basically, it's sticking to a proven system. Basically, Master Lloyd plans these things out, and he's been working at it for a while. With and basically, when guys go out and compete, that's basically a test. That's basically a test to see if what we're drilling and what we're working on is actually works in competition. So now there's certain levels that it proves that it's working, and it's brown belt level now working for its black belt level. So everybody's working hard with the same goal, and that's the results you're going to see.
Nice. When we had Keenan on our show, he said that the practices were so hard at the start that he would almost pretty much quit. How hard is it to do the training as a medal chaser, not just as an average student, but when you're in the medal chasers, you're expected to do a certain amount of training. So how hard was it when you first came to the team also to get used to that?
Man, you just got to take, it's like you're taking it day by day because it's so crazy. The training's so hard, and especially when you're not used to it, when you first get there, it's something totally different. You're like, you zone out. You really do, especially when you're really in the like the zone for you're really trying to get as good as possible, as fast as possible. You really zone out, and you don't pay attention to anything else, and you're just kind of in the mix, man. It's easy to get lost in there, and yeah.
Does it emphasize more on sparring or like situational drills?
What was
that? Is there more emphasis on constantly or situational drills?
Both pretty much. It's you get a whole lot of both. Like you're gonna do a lot of drilling, and drilling is usually the easier practices throughout the day. So you maybe get I know when we're really in competition season, you get like one in the morning and one in the middle of the afternoon that are just an hour of drilling. But then mostly when you get to the classes, so say a night class and a morning class, you'll get mostly warm up, get nice and warm, and then you'll do positional training or specific training in like a certain position, and then a lot of rolling. So it's throughout the day. It's mixed. That's the biggest thing is when you're in the whole process of it. It's a whole day commitment. It's not just like one thing. They say the training's hard because on a Thursday, you had a whole week and you still got to push through the whole day, and then it really takes a lot. So it's on you though. Everything's on you. It's all how much you want to, how bad do you want it at that point. You're willing to dedicate all that to the training.
Roughly, how many hours do you think you put in on the mats every week?
Every week, so let's say it's like 2 hours a day, and then with the drilling, man, I don't know. It's I say it's an all day thing, man. It's pretty. That's all you're doing. There's not much else when you're really into the whole thing. That's everything. All your energy going into that. So it's just even when you're not training, even when you're visualizing and going through stuff in your head or trying to get better at your mental skills like that. So.
Wow, I saw a video of yourself and Lloyd Irvin, and you were showing what you do. I think it was called Chihuahua or something, and you do finger
the grip exercises.
Correct, yeah, to increase your grip strength. I started doing it. Man, my hands started cramping at like 40 or 20 when I first started. It was incredible.
Yeah, nice little drill.
Yeah. So, other than that, you said you were getting into a lot of other martial arts. Do you think this helps Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu doing other martial arts, or is it just something you enjoy to do?
Well, it's kind of weird. Like Master Lloyd, I was kind of interested. I was asking about some of the disarms because I knew he knew the weapon stuff and the knife and gun stuff. So I was kind of interested in it already, and I asked him about it. And then he started teaching me basic knife defenses and stuff like that. And basically how to frame a knife if somebody's coming at you and how to plan away and how to move with it and stuff like that. And as he was teaching me and stuff, he teach me. And I think I'm just learning the knife stuff. And then one day he takes me, he's talking to me, and he starts talking about the jiu, and he brings it down to the guard and closed guard and how you working close guard, and basically I was learning the knife stuff, but it was really for my jiu-jitsu. So it's kind of weird. Like I got into it a different way, but then it ended up coming back to my jiu-jitsu anyway. So I do believe like it helps like that, like in weird ways, and it kind of all connects. And you just got to take what you can apply and put it in, you know.
Nice. Is there anything you want to let the people know at home about yourself? What's going on? Maybe how they could reach out to you and get to know you more?
Yeah, man. It's like you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, Instagram. But anything about me, really, I'm just right now just training, trying to help as many people as I can, and that's about it. Like I know I'm in a good situation where I could just work and really focus on getting better and at everything, you know, and you know, hopefully, you know, everything will work out. But I believe it will. So
nice. So we're gonna let you go now. We're gonna wrap up the show. Thank you very much for coming on and letting us know what's been going on with you lately. And hopefully we can have you back on, you know, another time. We could discuss some other things that'll be going on with you.
Yeah, man. So the next thing too is just Ross Pearson's fight in December 14th, I think it is, and against George Harbison, the finale for the show, and I'll be out there with him. So it's gonna be sick, man.
All right. Do you got a prediction for that fight?
What was that?
You got a prediction for how that fight's gonna go?
Oh man, I gotta go Ross Pearson, man. He's like, that's why I'm actually out in San Diego right now and helping him with his camp and helping some other guys get ready for their fights. There's like right now at Alliance there's like 9 guys in like UFC fights, so it's pretty crazy right now. There's people from all over the place, and just out here helping. So it's nice.
Do you think he'll get the knockout or the submission?
I mean, Ross is going in just really to fight. It's gonna be a real fight. Like Ross is a crazy guy. Like just getting to know him, and I'm just excited to see. It's gonna be like a real fight, man. I tell you that much. They're going in there. There's especially from the show, they're just being around each other that much. Like these guys, I'm just seeing it's gonna be sick, and I see Ross come around on top of him.
Nice. One last thing before we let you go. How friggin' crazy are the Brits, by the way? Because these people, they look insane on the show, and I met some British people in life. You know, they're crazy.
Yeah, it's real cool. I had a chance to go out there too, and then just experiencing them all, man, and just being around them, man. It's really funny. And then I came out here, and there's Phil the Fries and a few other guys are out here from England, so I just hang out with a lot of English people, man. It's really funny, man. You guys are crazy, man. You saw the show, like they're just nuts.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for taking out some time and speaking with us. Good luck in the future, and you know, we'll always be rooting for you.
But no, man,
Peace.
Thank you.
So, I don't know if he hung up yet. You know, it's weird that, you know, like, you think someone hung up, but they didn't. And then you start talking about them, but they're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, oh, shit, I thought you were off the phone.
Creeping on us.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Clearly, we've become better at time management.
Yeah, we're getting better at time management. We're getting better at a couple things. So, people out there, by the way, you know, hit us up on our Facebook. It's Facebook.com/BJJ Radio. And let us know where you think we can improve on the show. But don't really, just compliment us only. That's what I meant by
no
improve.
negative stuff, please.
Yeah. Don't be like,
I
hope you two fuckers die. I don't need that, okay? I have a hard enough time sleeping, and my life's very peaceful. So
I'm very emotional. You know?
Yeah.
I like to cry in the shower.
I think you go on.
Because it hides my tears.
I just think you have too much estrogen in your diet, and you're getting very sensitive.
I think so.
No, but
Change my diet.
Yeah, seriously. So, guys, on the lookout, obviously we have this episode. So right after it's done, spread it, share it when it comes out on YouTube. Let's get big numbers. Shout out to last week's episode, doing great. Victor Estima, Justin Raider. Before that, Roy Dean. As I predicted, it's over 500 on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. And next week, guys, I'll put it out there right now. This will be our brown belt episode. We won't release the names. It's going to be like a top secret. Tune into the show to hear who they are type of thing. So we got a bunch of brown belts. some medal this weekend at the Worlds. That's all I'm going to say. Some medal this weekend. Some are MMA fighters. Some are women. I think we have, different continents in this too.
It'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be epic. First time we've ever done this. So we're going for like a big episode, over an hour.
Yeah.
More than 4 guests. It's like 6 or something right now. So tune in to that. That's it, man. Let's wrap this up. I'm pumped. That was a good time.
Let's do it.
All right. So thank you, everyone who listened live, took the time out of their day. We always appreciate that. You have no idea. I love each and every one of you.
You guys,
and I love you in a different way. Each one of you in a different way.
You guys are the reasons why I don't cry anymore. In the shower.
That's it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And tune in next week. Huge episode. Brown belts.
Hang tight, dudes.
Hang tight. Cheers. Drum roll.
Let's go get some.